The CVM continues on a path to inspire Jamaica. This evening we revisit the plight of a teenager who is soon to undergo surgery in the public health system to repair a damaged urethra. The case of this teenager, like the others featured in this brand new CVM program, has attracted a flood of responses from the public. Curlin Brown speaks with a surgeon and examines the lessons which can be learnt.
Inspire Jamaica is brought to you by Guardian Life, looking after life.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love.
Did you know that a lot of illnesses start off the same way, and there's a lot to gain from continuing with one doctor in whom you have confidence?
Sometimes people come forward and they're critically ill, and that doctor who's seen them for the first time says, "Oh my goodness, how could I have missed this?" But 2 days ago, that's not what they look like. And if you don't have the advantage of seeing the progression, sometimes the patient is actually disadvantaged if they're doctor hopping.
Thanks to a persistent mother, Michael Danvers survived a burst appendix thought to have been gastroenteritis. Gastroenteritis mimics appendicitis. However, increased pain intensity, loss of appetite, and a persistent fever are some determining symptoms detected through strict monitoring. Realistically, the public health system cannot always afford such flexibility, so these crisis cases will arise.
When the appendix bursts, it causes a tremendous inflammatory reaction. The whole body, in the same way that if a mosquito bites you, you get a little swelling there. It's like a giant mosquito bite inside of your stomach, and the whole thing is going to swell. You lose a lot of fluid, and you can become very dehydrated. Now, you cannot have surgery when you are dehydrated, because that makes the risk of the anesthetic can actually be fatal.
Proper rehydration is therefore critical for resuscitation, and one reliable way is to monitor the urine by inserting a catheter.
It's not unusual that in the first day after the catheter is out, maybe the bladder is a little bit lazy, maybe the bladder is a little inflamed, maybe the bladder was a little traumatized by the catheter. You may not pass urine so well. So for that first day, if you're not passing urine so well, that's not generally a big deal. It's something that can be watched, it's something that can be monitored.
So why does Michael, after a year, still wears a suprapubic catheter?
In his situation, he has the tube that carries the urine. That swelling that occurred, it did not relax and open back up. It healed in that tightened position. So he's not able to pass urine freely like he used to before.
Unfortunately, this artificial bypass is stigmatized.
Essentially, we would like them to be able to function normally. And what happens is fear of being laughed at or being jeered or so on, even though they're perfectly capable of going to school or going to the workplace, they're so afraid that other people are going to make fun of them that they just withdraw.
Well, Inspire Jamaica is about solutions beyond hope.
Any artificial hole that you're taking things through, an artificial hole, that's called a stoma. And if we had stoma care nurses that are available in some other societies, we would be able to help these parents to cope.
So step out in confidence whether or not you are dependent on a temporary or a permanent physical appliance. I'm Curlin Brown, and together we can inspire Jamaica.